Hi, I'm Charlie Thorburn. Welcome to More Gundogs. This week on this video, we're going to be doing house time. Now, our dogs are primarily grow up outside in a purpose-built kennel, but before they go to their new homes, they all have to have house time. So we've got Waffle, the famous Waffle, our nearly 1 year old. It's nearly his birthday. A nearly 1 year old golden cocker spaniel. Waffle had some house time when he was a puppy, and he's now not been in the house at all for months and months and months. So this is like all new. So I'm just going to let him off, and he's going to tear around the kitchen like a crazy little guy. Well, Waffle? Good boy. Come on then, Waffle. So he's going to just have his sort of little scoot around. He's getting hold of the curtains. You know, he's into stuff. He's a classic kind of young dog who's like, whoa, what's going on here? Busy, busy, busy. So our usual rules are prevention is better than cure. Just now, Waffle went over to these curtains and he grabbed the bottom of them and he's like, oh, what's this? So how do we deal with stuff like this? Him getting on the furniture, off. How do we deal with stuff that they're not meant to be doing? Right there and then, that's the trick. So he's jumped onto that chair a couple of times. Every time he jumps on, I say off. So now what I do is I do something to encourage him to jump on because I'm watching and I can prevent it happening. So I put the lead up, off. So the moment he gets on there, I don't tell him to get on and then tell him off, but I move my body language in a way, or I put a lead up there. So there's a reason, off. There's a reason for him to try and jump on the chair. And as soon as he does it, off. I very quickly and abruptly bring him back down again. It's not, oh no, Waffle, don't go up there, come down here, because he's going to go, oh look, I jump on the chair and I get attention. What he needs to know is as soon as he jumps on the chair, boom, he's down again. Now, here's just a little quick interjection. I have dogs that sit on that chair. That is why that chair looks like that. It's black, disgusting, with a dog hair, because Chino and Crunchy and Sausage and Hades, all who live in the house most of the time, are allowed on that chair. But they have earned that right to be on that chair. They are all the mums and the dads and the older dogs who are really well behaved. So they're allowed to get on the chair because I know that at any point I say off, they will just get off because they know the rules. With the little Waffle here, we can't allow him just to come in and go, oh, well, the other dogs are allowed on the chair, so he's allowed on the chair. That's not how the world goes round. I'm allowed to drive a car. My children are not allowed to drive a car because they're children. They're not deemed old enough or responsible enough to drive a car. Chino is allowed to sit on that chair. Waffle is not allowed to because he's not deemed old enough or responsible enough to do that. So what we do is we teach them that they're not allowed on furniture. They're not allowed to jump up. They're not allowed to do things. And that is the rule. And then once they've learnt the rule, we can have some exceptions. Okay? So when Waffle's older, if his owners want him to sit on certain chairs in the house, they can encourage him. But he will be at the level when he's trained that we will be able to say off if he gets on the wrong bit of furniture. Or also that he won't just help himself onto anything he wants to do. So I'm going to just, Waffle, come on, I'm just going to let him wander around. And I'm going to go back over to the chair. And I'm going to stand here. And I'm not saying get on the chair, but I'm doing things to encourage him. I'm going to sit on the chair, okay? And you can see he's avoiding putting his feet on the chair, off. And as soon as he puts his feet up, I correct him. Might then start to do that with a biscuit or something else. So we're really testing him, seeing if he understands what the rule are. And then make sure that you're ready at any opportunity to correct him. So we then walk away, almost like a little shakedown after doing some squats. We walk away and then we go back to it. And he's starting to learn. Now, does that mean, all right, we're done, Waffle's trained, he won't go on the chair? No, absolutely not. We need to repeat that, and repeat it till we're blue in the face, off. Because otherwise, he's just done it once. Now, we'll just talk about the commands quickly. The word no is too commonly used. The dog does something wrong, people go, no. The dog does something else wrong, no. Then no, don't do this, no. They're always saying no. I'm a bit more specific. If a dog lifts its feet up off the ground, whether it's onto my knees or it's onto the work surface or he climbs onto the chair, I use the command off. And off means that your feet should be all four on the ground and they're not. So I'm giving you a correction. If Waffle tries to eat something that he shouldn't have, I say leave it. Whether that's my lunch, a bit of sheep poo, or a rotting seagull on the beach. It's leave it, because that's a very specific command. You are thinking, or you are eating, or you have your mouth around something that you shouldn't have, and I'm saying leave it alone. And we're just trying to have clear commands, so we're not endlessly saying, no, 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 don't do that. Waffle, what are you doing? You're a bad little dog. Or in the same way, good boy, good boy, good boy all the time. It's about being much more precise and decisive with them. Waffle. Now, we've brought his place board in here because Waffle, we've been doing quite a lot of sit and stay on his... off. Waffle, sit. Come on. Sit. We've been doing quite a lot of sit and stay on his place board out in the kennels and outside. Sit. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to use that as a substitute bed. So I would say, I would bring it inside, teach him to stay in a certain place on his place board, because that's something he can do. You can see he understands. I can walk off around the kitchen. I can open and shut some doors. And he knows that he's meant to stay there. And then I always come back to him and tell him what a good boy he is, just like I'm doing a sit and stay. Good boy. And then I release him. And then I'm looking for him to do something wrong. Off. And he obviously likes that chair, probably because it smells of other dogs. He's now having a little run around the kitchen, checking it off, checking the place out. He put his feet up on the work surface. I am on duty. This is the point of what I'm talking about now. I am watching him like a hawk. The moment he goes over there, I'm there to correct him. The moment he goes over here, I'm here to praise him. I'm ready, ready, ready. I'm not going, oh, I'll bring Waffle into the house and then I'll go upstairs and have a bath. Because I'll come back downstairs, my wife's Easter tree will be on the floor smashed. The curtains probably will be peed on. You know, something will be chewed, and probably he'll be on the work surface eating my lunch or something. I want to set him up to succeed, not set him up to fail. I'm encouraging the positive things, I'm encouraging the good things, and I'm discouraging the bad things. Now he's kind of calmed down a little bit on his own. He's lying there on his own free will. I haven't told him to do that. He's just kind of gone, I'm inside, I'm inside, I'm inside, I'm inside. Ah! Oh, I'm inside, and I'm calming down. So he's doing that on his own, so I'm moving around on purpose. I'm doing things that I might do in the kitchen. It's not really my department, so I really don't know what I'm doing in the kitchen. I'd probably set the house on fire, but I'm just making noise. I'm opening the oven. I'm opening drawers. I'm rattling cutlery. I'm doing things. So you can see I'm doing all this stuff as this distraction. He's interested, but he's not thinking that's him. That's his job. He's not thinking it's part of his day. So he's lying there calmly. I come over to him and I tell him what a good dog he is for staying over here. Now, I don't give him the full range of the house. I've shut the doors here, I've shut the doors there, and I've shut the doors over here. He's contained to the kitchen for a number of reasons. One, because I can see him. Two, because if he can't get it right in the kitchen, how's he meant to get it right in the whole house? And three, if he does have a pee, or he does do anything he shouldn't do, it's a tiled floor, so we're in pretty good shape. But we're allowing him to explore the kitchen, but I'm watching him all the time. I'm not allowing him just to do it on his own. Now, a lot of you guys have got your dogs when you're doing housework and stuff, you know, that house time with the housework with the dogs rather than hoovering housework yourself. They will be much younger. Waffle's obviously much older, so he's coming to this with a level of training already. And this is just another experience for him. So people go, oh, so it's not really reflective of how the point that I would be house training my dogs. But if Waffle was a puppy, I would have him in the crate a lot more. And we've done a crate video through in our crate training video through in our sunroom. I would have him in the crate a lot more. And I wouldn't expect him to calm down and lie relaxed like that. I mean, he's not exactly relaxed, but he's being good. I wouldn't expect him to do that as quickly as he is doing it now if he was just a young dog. But the same principles apply. With a young puppy, we'd shut all the doors, we'd keep them contained, and we would be in here with them. And as soon as we left to go to the bathroom or to go and answer a phone call, even if we weren't leaving the room, but we were just picking up our phone and our distraction, our attention on the dog was you know, not as good as it was without the phone call, I would pop him in his crate. I would put him somewhere where he's contained, rather than getting on the phone and turning around, seeing him on the chair there, feet up there, pulling things down, getting up to mischief, and I'm on a really important phone call, and I'm like, oh God, I'm trying to press mute on the phone, I'm trying to correct the dog. It's not the time and the place, okay? When that phone starts ringing and I see it's a call that I need to deal with, dog goes in his crate, I pick up the phone, everything's under control, everything's relaxed. When the phone call ends, I let the dog out of his crate and I continue the training. So we're only doing house type training when we're doing things in the house that we can stop. We can stop doing the washing up and correct the dog. We can stop hoovering and correct the dog. We can stop talking to a video camera and correct a dog. But we can't stop important things. We can't stop if we're in the middle of a shower or whatever. We can't even see the dog when we're doing that. So you've got to think about it in a logical, sensible way. So I'm just going to go back to the place board. Waffle. Bed. Bed. So I'm teaching him that that's where his bed's going to be. I have got a big dog bed just here, where our house dogs go, but I'm teaching him that he's got his own separate bed. Waffle, and every time he leaves it, waffle, bed. We just pop him back on it and I say bed. I'm using the bed command in the same way I might use a sit command, but it's in a specific environment. We're going to exchange this place board for a bed. So we've just exchanged the place board for a bed. Okay, waffle, bed. Now, the first time he's never been in it before, so we might just have to say bed and just pop him in it. He's having a good sniff, probably finding a biscuit in there. Waffle. Waffle. Come on. So quite often we just have to actually put them in the bed, because they're not used to it, so it's just something new. You can see, you know, classic young dogs up to mischief. Now, do I want to let him keep doing that? No. So, hey, hey, hey. He's definitely finding something in the back there. Waffle, waffle, waffle. That's enough. Bed, bed, bed. So I don't want him thinking digging up his bed is an acceptable behaviour. So straight away, I'm growling at him until he stops. Bed. Now, if we can just get 5 seconds of him sitting there. Good boy. Come on, Waffle, here. Waffle. Waffle, come on. Take him around the kitchen. Start again. Waffle. Bed. And so on. Now, what's really key is that I don't ask him to stay in that bed unless I'm in a position to correct him. So I would never ask him to stay, Waffle, here. Waffle, Waffle. Waffle. Come on, into your bed. I would never ask him to stay in that bed, unless I'm around to manage it. So bed, I repeat bed, and then I go through all the same, rattling the drawers, clinking the cups, opening the oven, doing the washing up, and then I would start to increase it, make it harder for him. Bed, open the door, pretending I'm going out. Bed. Now, I was just about to say he's been really good. He stayed in there for a much longer period of time. I was going to go back and praise him. And I just missed it because I tried to do too much. I went down there, I rattled a load of things, and I thought, optimistic Charlie, I'm going to just try do one more thing. And I opened the door, and that was just a bit too much for him. But maybe he's a bit hot. He wants to stretch out on the floor. It is warmer in here than it is in his kennel. So you can see him stretching out. If he stays there next to his bed, in terms of what I expect from my dogs in the house, to me, that's acceptable. I'm happy with that. He doesn't need to be in his bed. As long as he's not over there or over there. If he wants to lie down next to his bed, that's no problem. So you really just have to figure out what you think you're happy with. And what I think I'd probably find is he'll soon learn that that's his little nest and he'll be really happy to go in there. He's a little bit kind of like buzzing at the moment because he's just come inside for the first time in ages. So it's all very exciting for him. But as long as he's calm and he's behaving in a calm way, what I don't want is the Tasmanian devil going around my kitchen for 20 minutes because I know his owners extremely well, and the dad especially will be like, Charlie, what have you done? What have you sent me? He'll want rid of him instantly as this crazy dog tears around his kitchen. What he wants is a really nice dog who goes and sits on his bed and stays there, and it's just a nice little dog to have around. Waffle, bed, come on, Waffle, come on, come on. Good boy, bed. The other thing we can do, and I do quite regularly when I'm delivering a dog to a new house, is I'll get them into their new bed, and they've not been in this bed before. They've not even been in the house, or this specific house. They've not been in their new house. So I will sit on the floor next to the dog, and I encourage the owners to do this. This should be the place you talk to your dog, sitting on the floor next to the bed, because then the bed's just a great place, because that's the place they get attention. I don't give them attention when I'm sitting over there eating my breakfast. I don't give them attention when I'm over there doing the washing up. I give them attention when they're in their bed, and then they learn, if I want attention, I'm best off in my bed. Now, all the usual manners of like making him wait at the door and all the stuff that we do the rest of the time when we're training, that all applies in the house. We create invisible barriers so that we've got doors through to the rest of our house, but we would teach him that when the doors are open, he's still not allowed through to the rest of the house. Again, like we were talking about with the older dogs and the chair and the sofa and things, the older dogs are allowed through the rest of our house because they've earned that right, but they're only allowed through when they're asked. Waffle, however, is not allowed through, so he is made to wait at that door, and once he's learnt to wait at the door on his own, he'll wait at the door with other dogs passing through, going past him. He's not ready to do that now. He's ready to wait at the door, but he's certainly not ready to see other dogs coming and going and him have to just stay in his bed. Takes a bit of time. Baby steps, slow, slow, slow. The tortoise always beats the hare. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Hope you found it useful. And remember, you get out what you put in. So if you put in a nice bit of time sitting on the floor, being calm yourself, you're going to get out a nice little dog who sits on his bed, being calm with you. See you all again next time.